What's up, everyone? Yes, we are back here again, second day. I think it's like part 4, and we are over here at JD Cycle Works, Nazareth, Pennsylvania. If you're new to this channel, do me a favor, guys. Really helps out the channel. Just hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that bell so this way you guys get notified of all upcoming new videos. So today we are going to be installing the cylinders, the heads, wrapping up the motor hopefully, and let's see if in the next video or two we could get her fired up. So let's go inside and let's see what Dave has in store for us today. I took a ride over here this morning at 6 a.m. On the S1000RR, but I cannot wait. Silverback, I could just smell it. I could taste it. She's coming back. So let's go on inside. Buddy.
Good morning. All right.
So what do you got going for us today?
All right, so I got the cylinders and the pistons all set and measured, ring and gap set, pre-lube, ready to go on the bike. I did spend a little time yesterday just looking over things. We were messing around. Got the oil in it. So we're gonna do that, double check our deck height, verify our compression, and if everything's well, we'll keep building her up.
Nice.
Now the first thing we're gonna do is put the rear cylinder on. I like putting them in the cylinder to put them on rather than trying to fight the rings, and plus it's way less chance of damaging the rings.
Right.
Trying to get the piston into the cylinder.
Very nice.
This one's gonna be a little tricky getting in the bike due to the length of the spigot and everything. So it's gonna be a little challenging. That's why we'll do the rear first.
Okay.
I have everything pre-lubed. Now I gotta walk in there and push the piston down. Okay. I got my spiral lock in. This one here is spiral locks, which are another wonderful thing that is designed to torture people. There. Yes, there we go. That's good. All right. Now we'll slide the piston down, the cylinder down, into place.
And the piston jets, you did that before, I guess you put the cases together?
Yeah, that was, I went over those. It was really easy to get to.
Right.
Yeah, that's one. So I got them all loaded up, ready to go.
Are these basically like stock cylinders?
Those are stock cylinders that have been bored out and sleeved. Okay, aftermarket sleeve.
Gotcha.
And that's how TR likes to do it. And stronger sleeve that he puts in there with a little longer spigot to help support the piston better. Which, it's all good ideas. And we're gonna put it all to the test.
So that one a little easier?
Yep. Okay. very good.
So now if you could explain this and what you're got to do now.
These are stock head bolts that I have these spacers for to help hold the cylinder down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little torque on this. And we're going to double check our deck height.
So what are you checking? Where
I'm checking the height of the piston versus the cylinder. It's called deck height.
Okay.
It's very important for setting compression, making sure it's correct, and it's often overlooked. And a lot of times, if other mechanics out there that make these mistakes, like that customer from Michigan, check deck height, they would clearly see that that's the wrong piston.
Oh, right.
You know, so it's just
Oh,
part of what
right.
needs to be done.
That's right.
Because even though it says it fits on the box,
Because if they checked that, they would have known right away it was the wrong piston.
that's correct.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though the box says it fits,
Rocco's bike.
yeah,
Rocco's bike.
right,
Yeah.
yep. Just putting a little torque on here to compress the base gasket. Okay, so I got $2,000 of oil coming our way.
Oh, wow.
It ain't cheap. We gotta do something to help protect these machines.
Yeah. Torco, right?
Yep, Torco, and after talking to the oil rep out there, it was refreshing to know that he runs Milwaukee Harleys. He's been running Harleys forever, and he's doing ongoing testing with his bikes, and he lives out in Arizona.
Ooh,
So he
good
gave me
proving ground.
Yeah, he gave me the formula what he found works best for less evaporation oil consumption, and I think it's worth we try it. Because right now, with how hot these bikes are, the oils aren't doing it, and they're not holding up.
Right.
And the problem with AMSOIL, that's so naturally marketed that I lost trust in it. Whenever I've used AMSOIL, the motors seem to get noisier. So that's why I didn't jump on that bandwagon.
Gotcha.
Which maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I'm not always right. I'm always often wrong. But
Well, not too often.
sometimes you gotta follow your instincts. Torco's been around for 75 years.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have an incredible product. I've been using their gear oil for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
The transmissions. And I first found out about that when I used to build the Pro Mod race cars. And those cars would have, 3,000 horsepower hitting these rear axles, and the ring and pinions look brand new after a season. So I said, what the heck, let's try the Harleys. And it works really good. So that's what we're gonna do. So right now, we measure our deck height. You can see here, that's showing 6 thousandths above. This side's showing I have to check both sides because there will be some rock in the piston. Bring it up till it comes up. So that's showing 3 above. And that's showing about 3 above. So that there should work just perfect with what we're looking to do here with our compression in our head gasket. We do have a thicker head gasket for this cam. If we do choose to use a different cam, we can use a thinner head gasket to get a compression where that cam needs to be.
And where's the compression going to be at?
It's gonna be 11-1.
11 to 1?
Yeah, just-
what was the 128 at?
11-1.
11 to
There's
1.
a tick over to 11-1. So
Gotcha.
it's be very similar.
Great.
But with the other cams, they need more.
More compression?
Yeah, with bigger duration cams need more compression for cylinder pressure. We build the engine around cylinder pressure. We don't build around compression ratio. Each cam profile has a different cylinder pressure. That tells me what kind of problems I'm gonna have tuning the bike as far as detonation problems, heat problems. And that's been my baseline for years. Is I don't care about your profile, I care about the cylinder pressure.
Interesting.
So now, that looks good. So we'll check the back and see what difference that is. Builds. So I might get them roughed out, which is the right thing to do. Try and stay ahead of the curve. This one is working out to be pretty much the same, maybe 1/1000 less. Yeah, so good. That's what I wanted to say. So before we put the heads on, we got to build them up.
So you got the gaskets on, right?
They're
They're reusable?
Yep, the Harley ones are not.
S&S, right?
And since we may be taking these off to make a change, and a little stronger than Harley, I figured it's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
There we go. Clean them up, blow them out, get them ready. And Tman sent up some spacers for our spark plugs. That's going to keep the tips of them from being into the chamber. Keep the carbon from getting built around the threads. We're going to install the ACRs in these heads. Now I want to show you guys something. I've already cleaned the Loctite off of these. These are John's originals. But this is a set of unused ones from Harley Davidson. And you can see that white sealant on there.
Almost looks like Teflon or something, no?
You gotta wire wheel it off
Oh, wow. Okay.
and use red Loctite. Because what happens is you'll screw this in, it'll torque, but it won't be seated.
Oh,
Then the bike gets hot. Next thing you know, you have your compression being lost through this seal here.
ah.
So we gotta take that off. And you're still installing this.
And put red or blue Loctite on it?
I use red.
Red.
I use red Loctite on them. There. Doing the holes. And whenever you work on an older bike, always test them. Make sure they work. Sometimes they don't.
Thank you, Jay.
A lot of people in trouble.
She's the best. Thank you. She makes the best coffee. Thank you. They're gonna be calling you up now for coffee. They're gonna come here for coffee.
Yeah, we'll be setting a coffee shop up next door.
Jay's gonna start charging $10 for a cup of coffee.
There we go.
Now you gotta torque them down too, right?
Yep. I go 18 foot-pounds.
Got like a special socket too, huh?
It is.
Screaming Eagle.
It is a special socket because this side
Allows the wire. Right. Gotcha.
and these
Nice.
ones here have a square block on the side, which that goes around.
Uh-huh.
So
Cool.
the earlier Milwaukee each had that same style, but the rocker covers would hit it when you were putting them on. So I think that's why they changed to that smoother style.
What are you putting on now?
No, we got a head temp sensor.
What is it?
That is your head temp sensor. It lets us know what temperature these heads are. I don't put any seal on that. I want a good contact. I don't want anything to hinder its operation. So when you take them out, you'll see that Harley does not have any sealant on them either.
Nice tool you got there.
That's a custom socket.
I see that.
Hey, why spend $60 when you can take an old
Absolutely.
Craftsman?
That's right. A die grinder to it, right?
You got it. Try to do things so it's reliable. Because I don't like problems. And I don't want my customers to have problems.
Dave was just telling me that he uses the stock Harley plug.
Yes. Yep.
He doesn't recommend Screaming Eagle plug, nor does he recommend the NGK plug. I just asked him because the top of the, let me show you, the top of the NGK plug right there actually unscrews. Why does that unscrew anyway?
Just from vibration.
No, but why do they have it so it unscrews?
Oh, certain applications you need to unscrew it where the plug itself, the plug wire will click onto that inner thread.
Oh, okay, got you. Right,
So
right,
it's more
right.
of a universal plug.
Right, and that gets loosened up. If it does get loosened up, then you won't have
you
spark.
lose your. Yep. And this does not come off.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of problems with the Scream Eagle spark plugs, especially on the dyno, where my tachometer is spazzing out because it messes up. It also messes up on the twin cams, your ion sensing abilities for your knock sensor. I've seen the problems with that. I've seen the porcelains fall off of them. So it's 6R12s and the standard 6R10s for the
Stock plug.
stock plug. It's all you need.
Gotcha.
All you need. Keep it simple.
Didn't you say you had a spacer that you had to use or something? How you put it with it?
There you go, too. And that is there, excuse me, because these chambers are modified. Without that spacer, those threads will be sticking into the chamber.
Ah.
Then they'll get carbon on it. When you go to unscrew it, your threads get screwed up.
Oh, okay.
That's why that spacer is used for this particular head
That's
application.
the plug right there, spark plug.
Yep, Jim from Megaflow,
And that's
he does that too.
the compression relief
Yep, that's
in
your
the middle.
ACR. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
And this is just
The other spark plug.
for the other spark plug. Cool.
Yep. Yep.
Really cool.
You have 4 spark plugs.
Is there a reason you think why do they do that? Go to 2 per.
The reason why they went to 2 spark plugs is because you have better flame travel, which allows us to run more compression with these.
To ignite, right?
Like ignite the fuels makes us. That's why we can run this compression and make more power with them. So it's a very good thing. You get a double hit of spark to help light up your fire,
Right.
and this makes it all better. And you'll notice, like if I have a plug wire that's bad, when one plug's not firing, you'll see it in the graph.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's because I had one get me a couple weeks ago. The wire was ruined in an area I couldn't see it, and I'm fighting this thing. What the hell's gone? It seems like I got a spark knock, a spark miss, the wire bad. So I'm checking, I couldn't find it. And finally, I pulled it off the machine. I'm pulling around and I can hear it ticking. And the son of a bitch was worn in such a way on this rocker box back here,
The wire itself.
the spark plug wire, that
Yeah.
we couldn't see it.
So it was ground into the frame
Yes.
or something? Wow.
So that's why I always check them.
Yep.
And yours are in good shape. If they're in good shape, they're fine. If they're worn, I replace them. Like they will wear and rub on certain things. And you don't need special wires. These work fine.
It's not like if you put a set of Screaming Eagle, whatever, you're not going to see 5 horsepower
Not
jump.
those. I mean, some of the thicker wires, they do have, they are a little stronger. And they have a little less resistance.
Right.
Like these seem to work fine. In there just because there's no oil on it yet, but if you don't put something there to hold it down, you know what happens.
Yep.
It ends up on the floor. Getting closer now.
I can smell it.
Smell the first burst of exhaust.
I can't wait to see how it looks with the tank on.
Oh yeah. Gonna start receiving hate mail. No, I'm not gonna show them the tank the next week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll definitely unsubscribe.
See how far we get here with this.
They've been patiently waiting 5 months.
Yep.
And they have for the most part, 99.9% of people. So you torquing them down now?
Yep. We're gonna torque them. 5, between 10, 20, 30, then we're gonna loosen them up.
And then retorque them?
We're gonna retorque them.
Gotcha.
Increment up to 45 foot-pounds.
Gotcha.
And that's how S&S wants it done.
And that's to make sure
You have to compress everything.
compressor, gotcha.
And then we loosen them up, and the second torque is we're checking and setting our stretch.
Now, let me ask you this, just for people that don't know or don't understand. Like, obviously, torque spec is very important.
Yeah.
But so if you under torque something, it's a potential for it to loosen,
Correct.
come out. Like,
Yep.
what happens if we over tighten it?
You can break a bolt or pull the stud out of the case.
Gotcha. So that's the reason why.
Right. Yep. And it sets the stretch on the bolt. Every bolt and stud has a stretch designed into it,
Gotcha.
and that sets the correct pressure that the manufacturer wants.
So I heard also what was happening in the car industry. People were over tightening rotors onto vehicles,
Right.
and it's not really. Yes, you could snap the bolt or whatever, but it's because you're warping. You could warp the steel actually.
Yeah, they're working them.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta listen to the manufacturer. They have reasons for all this stuff.
Right.
Some stuff you can vary a little bit with common sense.
So now you're backing them out.
Yep, I'm backing them out as per S&S's instructions, what they like to do. Even when I use a stock Harley head bolts, the S&S likes me to do this procedure.
Right.
When torquing their cylinder kits down. And since they're smarter than me, I'm gonna listen.
So now you're putting them at what, 65?
They're gonna be, final torque will be 45.
45, gotcha.
Yep,
Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough, huh?
it's enough, yep. It's enough, it does the job just well. You don't have to impact them down. Again, the materials can only take so much pressure. too.
Impact them.
Yeah.
Get the half-inch impact out.
Yep, and you get to enjoy pulling your stud right out of your case.
Throttle body's next.
Yep,
Heads are on tight.
yep. Let them sit for
Running out of parts.
Yep, you let them sit for a few minutes and check the torque on them.
Oh, you checked the torque again? Yeah.
So I'll get the throttle body on. This way we have, it's easier to do that now. All right.
Throttle body.
Yep. Intake manifold is going on. Yep. I said it's a lot easier.
Oh, so that's the intake manifold,
Yes.
sorry.
Yep. It's a lot easier to install this without the rocker boxes on.
Is there a gasket that goes on there or something? or-
Yes.
Yeah,
Our intake seals are replaced.
gotcha.
Right there.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Was that like phenolic or something?
Nah, it's just rubber.
Oh,
Just
okay.
brown. Sometimes they make different colors for things.
Brown caca.
That's it. It's brown.
All right, what's the next step, buddy?
Lower rocker boxes.
All right. I like your style.
We have here's our Harley Davidson lower rocker box gaskets. I'm using these now because I've had a problem with the Kinetic gaskets.
These are like a stock gasket, or?
These are Harley gaskets, yeah. Use your gaskets after the mileage you have on it, and they kind of crush down. Here's a problem I've been having. Getting costing me lots of money. Here's a set of Harley gaskets with 12,000 miles on it. Still soft and pliable. These are Kinetics. 4,000 miles later.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
They're just turning to crap.
Wow.
These are stock Kinetics before installation, soft and
Is
pliable.
that the company name?
Yes.
Cometic?
Yep.
Jeez.
So here is what's interesting. Your gaskets even though they took some of the shape, are not as fragile.
Uh-huh.
But yours were installed well over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
These were installed after yours in last summer. 4,000 miles later, it's opened up like a rush. So something changed in their formula. And I contacted them, and of course, I'm the only guy in the world that has a problem.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
I hate to say
Yeah, but you could see it.
the problem is
The proof's in the pudding right there.
Kinetic's an incredible company. They make awesome gaskets. I use tons of them. But we have a problem.
Right.
It's not been addressed.
Right,
The answer
right.
I got was, we haven't changed anything, but something's changed.
Yeah, I mean, you show me right there.
And I changed a few sets of these this summer. Cost me thousands of dollars in lost labor and time. And unfortunately now I have to get Harley ones, which I am getting as long as I can get them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of the things that we're running into. I think it's got to do with our COVID stuff. Manufacturers can't get the base materials they got. They're trying to keep their doors open. But
Wow, you could even hear how it hits the table. It's like it feels sounds just hard.
Table. Here's yours after 6,000 miles.
Right.
It's definitely different.
Right.
These I put on in August.
Yeah, it's more. It looks more stiff.
Yeah, 4,000 miles.
Wow.
So it just sucks for everybody, especially a small business like me. It really, really hurts.
Right.
Because I'm trying to make a living. I'm trying to keep my customers happy. And when something comes back with oil pouring out of it,
Right.
you got to stop what you're doing. So now it's double labor loss. It's
Yeah,
double time
right,
loss.
right.
We don't have the time.
Right.
It just makes life very, very challenging.
Hmm.
So guys at Kinetic, please fix this. You're a great company. We love you. But there's a problem here.
Yeah.
That's my rant on that.
Well, listen. I mean, it's not a rant. I mean, it's the truth. I would say, you know, and it's good to tell everybody.
Yeah.
If they're going to be using them, be careful or don't go with the Harley for
And
now.
they don't. And from now on, I'm not using any of them ever again.
Right.
And I had the same problem with inner primary seals and main drive seals. These seals would go out, they get hard, and they start leaking.
Wow.
It started last year.
Huh.
It started last year. I've used them seals for the past 15 years, problem free.
Wow.
And suddenly this last year, something changed. And I reached out to them, I sent seals back and no
Well, thanks for
response.
telling everybody because, you know.
Yeah, I get no response, and I know they're doing the best they can. They're really trying. I mean, honestly, they can only do so much. But something's got to get done.
Yeah.
And yours just proved it. Yours are still pliable.
Right. Right.
Yours have, what, 6,000 miles?
Right.
And you really cooked these son of a bitches.
Right.
So something changed.
Right.
Something changed.
Yeah.
And the little guys like you and I, it hurts.
Right.
It hurts really bad. I reached out to Zip and I told him about it. He says, I'll send it over, I'll have him look at it. All right.
Nice. So now you're bolting them down?
Yep, now we're getting the hardware for the little rocker boxes. We'll torque them down. Then we'll do the breathers, rocker arms, covers, oil lines.
Coming together.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna install the rocker arms. Get these in, and I'm doing it this way because we're using the adjustable push rods.
Mm-hmm.
And I can set them after the fact. Otherwise, I would have them in now and set the push rod depth. Get these in, torque them down. We can put the rocker box tops on. Make sure these holes are very clean and blown out.
Mm-hmm. So you get a proper torque?
Yep, proper torque, and you don't crack those stands. Those stands can crack very easily, and then your heads are junk. So this is always the scary part. See where it stands before we tear it down.
Gotcha.
It's not that one.
No, that's my marriage to you, honey.
Yeah, she wants to get paid for that now.
All right, so you just finishing it up, torquing it up?
Yep, now I'm torquing on the rocker arms. are all lubed up, nice and pre-lubed.
Nice. All right, guys, taking a break now. This is going to be the end of this video. I think this is part 4 of our Silverback 130 build series playlist. Stay tuned for part 5. Dave's going to be installing the covers. We're going to be installing all the fuel lines, the push rods, adjusting all of that. And then probably part 6 is going to be installing the fuel tank, the exhaust, and maybe firing it up. So definitely stay tuned. If you're new to this channel, or if you're not new to this channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would really appreciate it. Helps out the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on the next one.